Good morning everybody. Today let us discuss about the topic France abolishes monarchy and become a republic. How France, we have studied in the French Revolution, people were revolting against the Louis XVI, and France abolished monarchy. Monarchy was removed and France became a republic. So the situation in France continued to be tense during the following years. Although Louis XVI had signed the constitution, he entered into secret negotiations with the King of Prussia. Even though the king, Louis XVI was ready to he agreed the constitution whatever the National Assembly prepared, but at the same time he was worried about he would be overthrown, so that he had maintained some of the secret negotiations or relations with the King of Prussia. They also supported him, because we know that when the King of France is removed, the same thing will happen in Prussia also, so that they felt the King of Prussia also supported him in this case. So rulers of other neighboring countries also worried about the developments taking place in France, and they all had a plan to support the King of France. Many other countries also, those who are monarchs or the rulers who were ruling over different parts of Europe, they also were worried that they also will be removed by the people as monarchy will come to an end. So they all planned secretly, and they were ready to send troops or army to put down the events that had been taking place since the summer of 1789 in France. So all over Europe, these waves started all over Europe, also spread all over Europe. But these all kings, all the monarchs decided to send, or they planned to send troops or army to France also. But before this happened, the National Assembly in France voted in April 1792 to declare the war against Prussia and Austria. So before they planned, the plan was before taking place, the people in France, or the National Assembly here decided in April 1792 declare war against Prussia and Austria. So thousands of volunteers thronged from the provinces to join the army. Many people from different provinces joined the army. So they say also here a war of people against the kings and aristocracies all over Europe. So not only in France, all over Europe, people were against the aristocracy or the kings. They wanted to overthrow the monarchy or the aristocracy also. So here this happened all over Europe. So among the patriotic songs, they sang the Marseillaise, composed by the poet Roger de Lisle. So here Marseillaise was a poem which was composed by the poet Roger de Lisle. So it was also sung for the first time the volunteers from Marseille. Okay, Marseille, so that they marched into Paris. People who volunteers from Marseille, they came to Paris or marched towards Paris. They sang this poem for the first time, and so that this song is now known as the national anthem of France. So the Marseillaise now, which is known as the national anthem of France. Revolutionaries, we know that many of them brought revolutionary wars were conducted. Okay, the people were agitating against the rulers all over the Europe. So, but the problem was there were many losses and economic difficulties to the people also when they were continuously engaged in the revolutions against the monarch or the rulers. They had many losses here. With the men, we know that while all the men were engaged in fighting in the war, that means they were all in the front. Women were left to home. Women had to take care of their family and their children. At the same time, they had to earn for the living also and taking care of the family and looking after the children, etc. So large sections of the population were convinced that the revolution had to be carried further, as the Constitution of 1791 gave political rights to the richer sections of the society. Here the one important thing, all, even women also supported the men, because the people of all over Europe wanted to overthrow the monarchy and they wanted equal rights for the people and political rights to get elected, right to vote also. We know during that period only the rich population of the society had the right to vote, or not, political rights were not provided to all. Women and non-propertied men had no right to vote. So for all these purposes, people all over Europe supported the revolution. So political clubs also became some of the important rallying point for the people who wished to discuss government policies and plan their own forms of action. The Jacobin clubs were formed, we know that, and also these political clubs also formed by the people who had no property, and even women also. They all wanted to get the right to property, so they all moved forward with the same aim. Most successful among these were the Jacobin clubs. We studied earlier how this name for the clubs got, which got the name from the convent of Saint Jacob in Paris. There was a convent of Saint Jacob in Paris, and from there only they got the name of Jacobin clubs. Women also, we know that they were also active throughout this period, because they also formed their own clubs. Women also had separate clubs, their own clubs. We know they were denied the right to vote or the adult franchise or adult suffrage. So women also fought against the government for getting the rights to vote. Members of the Jacobin clubs, they belonged mainly to the less prosperous sections of the society. They were not the noble classes or the aristocratic families. They included small shopkeepers, artisans, and the shoemakers or pastry cooks or watchmakers, painters, etc. So all these people who were belonged to the lower strata of the society, that means that they were earning only for their daily food, not much prosperous. So they also created the groups which were known as they also joined in the Jacobin clubs. Now we know that their leader especially most of them were daily wage workers also. That means the lowest group of population, the economically very backward people, they had a leader who was known as, we know that Maximilien Robespierre. Maximilien Robespierre was the leader of these lower strata people. That means the marginalized community, we can say, or the people who were very poor. So they all started decided to wear a different type of cloth, which is long stripped trousers by men, similar to those who worn by the dock workers who are working in the dockyards. They used to wear this kind of long cloth, long stripped trousers. Also they used to have a different types of cap also. Okay, especially why they wanted to use this different cloth. They wanted to be simple looking. That means that they were not belonging to the nobles. They wanted to fashionable or noble class or sections of the society wanted to be kept away. So only, especially they can identify, the people can identify or recognize this group of people. They are the common men, especially nobles who also wearing the knee breeches. But here these people, common men, avoided all this, so that it was a declaration that proclaiming the end of the power of the upper classes or the nobility. So these Jacobins came to be known as the sans-culottes. What is sans-culottes? Which means those without knee breeches. Knee breeches were used by the noble people or the aristocratic families. Okay, so when they began to wear a long cloth or long trousers, long stripped trousers, they kept away the noble people away from the society. So all those people who began to wear this kind of cloth were known as sans-culotte. That means those without knee breeches. So here culottes men were also wore a red cap. That is also symbolized the liberty. This red cap also symbolized liberty, freedom. But women had no right to wear this kind of clothes. Women had to follow their traditional dress only. In summer 1792, the Jacobins planned an insurrection of a large number of Parisians who were angered by the short supplies of high prices of food. We know that in 1792 Jacobins planned a violence there. Okay, they wanted a revolt against the government because this time the prices of food became very high. And on the morning of August 10, they stormed the palace of these people. All these people joined together in the August 10. During that period, they came to the palace. Okay, or Tuileries. They massacred the king's guards. They killed the king's guards there and held the king himself for a hostage for several hours. They kept the king and for many hours with them. So they killed the guards of the king and they captured the king also. But later the assembly voted, or this national assembly, we know that voted to imprison the royal family. They put the entire royal family into jail. After that elections were held, but now all the men of 21 years and above, regardless of their wealth or privileges, everything, and they hadn't got the right to vote. Only those who completed the 21 years, everyone, all men got the right to vote. We know that here, whatever their economic position, whether they belong to the lower family or upper family or whatever the economic position, all got the right to vote. So the newly elected assembly, which was called the convention, earlier we know that national assembly, like that the newly elected assembly was called the convention. 21st September 1792, it abolished the monarchy. So monarchy was abolished from France in 21st September 1792. Also they declared France a republic. That means a written constitution was prepared, drafted for France, and it became France became a republic. So abolished monarchy and France became a republic also. So this is, we know that a republican form of government where the people elected their own representatives. So including the head of the government, monarchy was abolished, the government was elected by the people or formed by the people. We know that in our country also is an elected democratic republic. Here we elect our own representatives. They rule us. Okay, so there is no monarchy. Monarchy means a single ruler with absolute power is ruling the people, and he himself takes the decision without consulting the people. Or there is no election also. But now France has abolished monarchy and became a republic. That's all for today. Thank you.